In this edition, we would focus on the major educational schemes. To begin with, National Education Policy 2020. We have discussed this policy in a separate section in detail. So, this is again a recap of what we have discussed. So, the deadline is till 2040 to fulfill the goals and the targets. The idea is internalization of education, focusing on core competency, de-emphasizing the coaching culture, reducing the academic stress, and reducing the idea of rote memorization. So, the teacher capacity and training is important. We are focusing on school preparation model, and this is for grade 1 students until they attain or they enter into a formal education system. Focusing on language, multilingualism, and a home language and mother tongue is again important. We have various principles which focus on foundational literacy and numeracy. So it focuses mainly on flexibility, creative thinking, critical thinking, bringing in synergizing the curriculum, full inclusion, focusing on diversity, formative content, and a kind of continuous review and sustainable investment. The next is focusing on the equity and inclusion through facilitating children with special needs. This is mainly for the disabled learners who are enrolled in the CBSE school, to motivate them to have visual and hearing impaired students have special e-content, community radio, podcast, sign language, and videos in sign language through the Diksha portal have been made available. The next is SITAP, which is the Joyful Learning through School Innovation Ambassador Training Program. Now, this targets the Eklavya Model Residential Schools and CBSE teachers and trains teachers on 5 different modules, which are design thinking, idea generation, IPR, prototype development, finance, HR, and sales. The next is competency-based education system from class 1 to class 12, focusing on assessments for competency-based learning, capacity building, and developing teachers' resource to implement student-centric pedagogy, focusing on holistic development, choice in mathematics at the senior level, internal assessments to be done, and to basically doing away with the word fall and use essential repeat rather than fail. The next is inclusion for all. Now, this focuses mainly on the socio-economically disadvantaged group, children with families coming from economically disadvantaged section, to bridge that disparity, to bridge the alienation of the tribal community, and focus more on girls, underrepresented groups, which make up half of the socio-economically disadvantaged groups. Now, to focus and help them, there are various approaches: technology based tools, learning teaching methods, supporting the students based on that. ePathshala mobile app allows text to speech version. Then we have teachers education, which is the most important section that focuses on moving from textbook oriented to connecting to the real life situation and outside the school. So technology blended learning is important and real life experiences are important, focusing on accessible textbooks for all, audio tracks, videos with sign language. For the teachers education, we focus on skill learning, martial skills, and teaching of Vedas, having a monastic system, which is Upanjhay, which was in the time of monasteries or the Buddhist learning, and focusing on the current style, which has to be rather than a mechanical rote learning and a kind of clerical skill development as under the British rule, to be disciplined English speaking clerks, rather than moving from that towards a kind of integrative development of personality. So Justice Verma Commission in 2012 focused on quality in the pre-service and in-service teacher education. So new teacher education curriculum has been designed by the National Council for Teacher Education, and it includes yoga, ICT, peace, value education, physical education, environmental education, and population education. But there are certain challenges, which is there have been a huge number of intake in the number of teachers. Some of them have been working in isolated conditions, remote areas. Bringing them all into line and giving them required mentoring is important. And how schools operationalize this process into a smoother way. There is next program which is Nishtha, National Initiative for School Heads and Teachers Holistic Development. This again focuses on teachers, principal, heads of the schools and management. The next is National Professional Standards for Teacher. It sets the benchmarks for learning requirement for teacher, and focusing on offline online blended modules, increasing domain expertise, new pedagogy, use of technology and leadership. Then we also talk about skilling the youth and the future, which focuses on setting of nearly 50% of the learners through school and higher education system. Samragra Shiksha, which is to fill in the learning gaps, bridge the students who are out of the school into the main target, and targeting the parents and the caregivers of that age group. This focuses mainly on the functional and numeral literacy. It focuses on inclusive activity based curriculum and learning through outcomes is the basic idea. Now the key idea is universalization of education, inclusive education, expansion of vocational education, and we have some of the approval targets which have been seen under the schools through which it has been approved, the year-wise enrollment. Now the next important is under the various states we have the Sector Skill Council, the National Skill Development Council, and Pandit Sundarlal Sharma Central Institute of Vocational Education, which is part of it, focusing on digital learning, reference material and textbooks. Then we also have skill building. Now skill building is basically vocational education across various ways. So it could be power sector, tourism sector, logistics sector, agriculture sectors and so on. So across all those sectors and the emerging trends, which is cloud computing, internet of things, machine learning, artificial intelligence, coding. Now we are focusing on gaming, creating games through vocational learning, drone technology, low voltage EV transmission services, augmented reality, virtual reality, coding and data science are some of the sectors. We also focus on quality education, which is critical thinking, experiential thinking, more flexibility and choice of the subjects to be offered, and include play-based sports integrated curriculum for students, focusing on pre-vocational education and reforms and assessment to be done. Then is SAFAL, which is a structured assessment to analyze the learning levels for benefiting the students. Vidyanjali is a volunteer management program mainly to interact and connect with the school and the government aided schools, and then assessing the material, the equipments, the assets which are with them. SQUA is the School Quality Assessment and Accreditation. This focuses on assessing the schools, the KVs, the Navodayas, the private schools, the government schools, based on the following factors, which is mainly the infrastructure assessment, pedagogy, curriculum, leadership, governance and management. Then the government initiatives for improving the quality of school education, it mainly focuses on the performance grading system and how this could be initiated. So various digital programs are already part of it. For example, eVidya, Poshan Shakti Nirman, alternative academic calendar, learning enhancement guidelines, home-based learning. So these are some of the parameters through which we design the quality. Then we have Nipun Bharat, which is National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy. Very important, and it ends at the grade 3. So it's for the 5 years, giving them the learning environment, developing pedagogy and experiential learning, focusing mainly on the Anganwadis and the development through Anganwadis. So it focuses on the following development: physical, socio-emotional, literacy, cognitive, spiritual and arts and aesthetics. Now there are various goals. The goal is health and well-being, good communication and dealing with the immediate environment. Now the goals are defined by HW, levels by the next number, and learning outcome by the next number. So let's say we have the goal. Okay, so these three are the goals from preschool to grade 3. So H3, for example, preschool is HW 1.1. That means it is the last level is the competency level, before that is the goal level, and then you have the holistic level. So that's how we define it, as we have seen. So it's the goal, the level, the year, and the learning outcome. So in the first year, which is the preschool first, we focus on the physical characteristics, and then for Bal Vatika, which is after the preschool, which focuses on the interest, likes, and describing self. Now similarly, we have the second goal, which focuses on phonological awareness and rhyming, again for all the levels from preschool till class 3. And the next goal, which focuses on classifying objects and pictures, again from preschool to class 3. Now there are various stakeholders for the same who have been involved in working with the idea. For the early child care and education, we are focusing mainly on school preparation modules, which is Vidya Pravesh, a 3-month play-based program for students directly entering into grade 1 who do not have any prior exposure before. To bridge all this, social justice, social transformation is the key. Focusing on foundational literacy and numeracy outcomes is again important. So, TET, which is the teacher eligibility test, is required for entry into government and private schools, and to make it transparent, hassle free, is again required. Training for each of the purposes is required. So we have either the tailored training, which is considering the needs of the teachers which are in different sectors or different segments, rural, urban, remote, tribal, making teachers more practical, focusing on focused growth, the continuous training program, and developing training programs as independent wing. Also, evaluation of the teachers is important. Teaching them young, which is very very important. So let's say when a child is small, a mother can sing, a father can play, and explain the critical early experiences. Since the child's brain is very very plastic, grows rapidly during this years, learning in this year is actually beneficial. So there are various movements which have been cited by Robert Heavyward in his book Teachable Movements, and the book, which is the Human Development and Education, focuses on teachable movement, which is the right time to teach a particular task, and that is referred to as a teachable movement. Now the next is school ready children, focusing mainly on pre-maths, cognitive skills, and language skills. So as you can see, the sensitive periods in the brain in the early years till 4 year, they are sensitive for everything, and in the later years, in the school years, it is mainly the language, numbers, social development, and symbologies which is developed. Now, music is again very very essential. Music has been established as a separate subject, and it is aimed to build cognitive skills of an individual. It's believed that Einstein was a great musician. Dr. Kalam used to play veena whenever he was free. Sinchin Shuzin, who was a great violin teacher, said that music retains the child, is a professional ability, and creates higher ability in other fields as well. Spike Mac is the Society for Promotion of Indian Classical Music, Art and Culture, works voluntarily in India and abroad to focus on classical music in India and abroad. So music education is believed to bring in and develop and enhance the senses of the students. So those were some of the highlights that have been discussed. Among this, Nipun is one of the important schemes, Nishtha, Diksha Portal, then we have e-Pathshala, and the Justice Verma Commission report. So those are some of the key things that we have assessed in this section. Very very important, not only for your UPSC but also for your NET paper 1. Stay tuned for many more updates from our side. Have a wonderful day ahead.